Get ready for dictation. 5 seconds. Start. Sir, my friend has already referred to most of the points covered by this bill. This is a laudable bill which tries to propagate the progress of transport in the country. But I am sorry that the honorable members injected a little politics by saying that the transport operators are contributing large sums to the political parties in the country. Maybe it was true in West Bengal when his party was ruling, but certainly it is not a fact now, and so this should be denied with all the vehemence on the floor of the House. One of the points in the 20-point program that has been propagated in this country by the Prime Minister is the improvement of the transport system, which is sought to be done by the issue of national permits. So, the amendment of the Motor Vehicles Act 1939 is one step forward in that direction. The Honorable Minister of Transport, Dr. Dhillon, knows the position very well because he was the minister in charge of transport in Punjab once. He has also travelled far and wide, practically all over the world, and has seen the functioning of the road transport and its relation to the development of the economy in both developed and developing countries. Practically 70% of the goods in UK are being carried by road transport and only 30% by the railways. But what has been happening to the development of road transport in India? When we go into its history, we find that the Motor Vehicles Taxation Inquiry Commission recommended in 1950 that we should have a road transport policy. An advisory committee on rail, road and water transport coordination was started on in 1958 but was wound up in 1966. The result is that we do not have a Transport Development Council to coordinate various matters relating to inland water transport, coastal shipping, road transport, etc. I am sure that it is a very important matter and the ministry should consider to establish a forum where all these matters can be taken up. In the early days, the railways were very much afraid of competition from road transport, but ultimately more and more traffic has been gradually taken over by the roadways and the railways have lagged behind. According to the 75th report of the Estimates Committee of 1984-85, in 1950-51, passenger traffic carried by road was 24.9% and that by rail was 75.1%, whereas in 1983-84, passenger traffic carried by road was 49% and by rail was 51.1%. Similarly, in goods traffic in 1950-51, 10% was carried by road and 90% by rail, while in 1983-84, road transport carried 34% and railways only 65%. This is the poor picture of the development of the railways, but this does not mean that everything has been rosy with road transport. Actually, everything has been done to throttle road transport. I am sure the Honorable Minister knows the present prices of vehicles, their spares, and the various bottlenecks that this industry is facing. A vehicle costs rupees 1 lakh, a body costs rupees 25,000. There are heavy taxes and the various checkposts have done everything to deter the development of road transport. In spite of that, they have made commendable progress and I am glad that the Honorable Minister has at last come forward with one progressive step. The tardy development of road transport has been due to its being under various authorities. You have the state government and the central government, and you have the taxation authorities, the municipalities to check them, etc. Today, the biggest bottleneck in the way of the development of road transport is the octroi posts. Since 1959, this matter has been discussed again and again at all levels and in all forums, including ministries and offices of the state government, but I do not know what has happened. Everybody believes that this octroi duty should be abolished. There are reports that these octroi duties have done everything to hinder the development of road transport. Therefore, unless they are abolished and unless you can find an alternative method so that vehicles are not held up again and again after driving every few miles, I do not think any solace can be brought to the road transport people who are plying these vehicles to enable them to carry goods faster to the different parts of the country. Unless we can find a solution to this grave malady, which is a cancer of the transport industry in the country, I do not think the national permits that we are envisaging are going to help in this particular direction. It is not a happy thing that we are in a position of emergency in this country. If we cannot do this thing is an emergency. How can we do it is the in the normal time? Sir, I am grateful to you as also the honorable members who participated in the discussion on the railway access grants and the appropriation bill. The honorable members have expressed a wide range of opinions, made constructive criticisms, and given many important suggestions. I am really grateful to all of them. Sir, the railways is always visible, and whatever honorable members have said, that is also very genuine. It reflects the people's demands as also the people's expectation. Sir, first of all, I would like to assure this House that a detailed reply will be sent on the issues that have been raised by the members, be it related to individual stations, trains, or the projects. I do not want to waste the time of the House and want to concentrate myself on some specific problems. The Indian Railways has a widespread and the biggest network. It is the second largest institution or the second largest organization in the world. Our route extends to over 62,000 kilometers. All kinds of areas. There are some potential areas, there are some vulnerable areas, there are some remote areas, and there are some backward areas are covered by the railways. The railways also serve as the main communication link. It is the lifeline of the nation. We are proud of the railways. In addition, the railways is the main center for national integration. When the people travel by rail, they do not consider the fact that somebody belongs to this caste or somebody belongs to this creed, somebody belongs to this state or somebody belongs to that part of the state. The railways carry with it national integration, unity and diversity of our country. That is why everybody is proud of Indian Railways. I appreciate the concern of the members regarding the passenger amenities, regarding the safety, security, and regarding other matters also. I will start from the passenger amenities. Sir, we do not increase the fare. This excess of grants is less. According to our parliamentary system, what Public Accounts Committee cleared in 1997-98, I brought in. Now regarding supplementary grants, the supplementary grants are very small. Nothing is there to include more projects or anything else because this is highly technical. So far as passenger amenities are concerned, we are not satisfied. That is why in my first budget also I did not increase the fare. Instead of that, we issued passes to the poor people, especially for the unorganized sector, the agricultural labor, and for the people living below the poverty line. For the first time in the Indian history, a monthly pass of rupees 15 was issued to the poor people. Now, the poor people think that it is their right to travel by train. Sir, when I did not increase the fare and when we gave this facility to the poor, somebody asked me as to whether the railways is losing on that account or not. What is our passenger earning? I want to tell the House, sir, about the performance of the year 2000-2001. The honorable members would recall that a loading target of 475 million tons for the current year has been kept in the budget. I am happy to inform the House that the railways have already loaded 154 million tons by the end of July 2000. Sir, last year also, that is within 5 months, the Indian Railways surpassed the records of 50 years in the freight loading. It surpassed all the records of the last 50 years. This is also an achievement for the Indian Railways. Sir, you will appreciate during the period in financial terms, the earning from the goods traffic is rupees 7683 crore, which is rupees 23 crore more than the target set for the period and which is rupees 396 crore more than that of the last year. Even, sir, the earning from the passenger traffic during this period is rupees 3344 crore, which is rupees 58 crore higher than the target set for the period and which is rupees 197 crore more than that of the last year. That means if you give the opportunity to the poor people, utilize their services and involve them in the main process, we believe reforms can be done in our country. If we do not involve people in the main process, there will be no reforms. That is why I am saying that the process of carrying out reforms should be taken at the grassroots level, I mean the people who are below the poverty line. So these people should really be involved in the process. Sir, I am looking after this ministry for the last about 10 months. I am grateful to all the honorable members, the elders and the youngsters who gave so many valuable suggestions. I am delighted that all these suggestions have been made. I want to inform the House that an expert group under the leadership of Shri Rakesh Mohan is looking into the details of reforms and restructuring in railways.